Today's stories are difficult to forget and easy to miss, so take a moment to listen intently. Recently, a few well-known names left us quietly, and many people were unaware of it. I'll provide a straightforward, poignant conclusion that connects them all, so if you're interested in the real people behind the headlines, stay tuned. Stay with me through it all. Every name on this list deserves to be heard, remembered, and recognized, and you can support their work by watching, liking, and commenting. Let's begin with a voice that made rooms feel cozy. Early in March 2025, Angie Stone, the soul and R&B icon responsible for songs that many of us grew up listening to, passed away in a car accident. She was 62. Her death was publicized, but the news was overshadowed by more significant events. So many people never saw it. Angie brought excitement, a solid groove, and rich vocals to the world. Say her name with love for a moment if her music ever brightened your day. Even if you didn't know Jerry Adler's name, you could instantly recognize his face. He contributed cool comedy and deft timing to every scene in his performances on The Sopranos, Seinfeld, and many other shows. At the age of 95, he passed away in August 2025. The notice came and went quickly for a lot of supporters. However, consider how many shows he turned from pretty good to memorable simply by entering the screen and saying one clever remark. Although it appears easy, that type of craft is not. George Lowe, the sardonic hero of Space Ghost Coast to Coast, offered us a voice unlike any other. You know exactly how that voice could make you smile if you grew up watching strange and amazing late-night cartoons. George passed away in May 2025 at the age of 66. Although it didn't make headlines everywhere, his style influenced a subset of humor that is still present in memes, videos, and animated chat show productions. Voices are important. Every time he said a remark that made you laugh without entirely understanding why, he proved it. Renee Victor provided heart to numerous TV roles and compassion to Coco. At the age of 80, she passed away in June 2025. You wanted to sit next to her characters and simply listen to them because they seemed genuine and kind. That is a unique present. She serviced stories rather than chasing attention. Remember the actors who brought that world to life when you rewatch Coco and hear music encapsulating family and memories. Throughout many, Michael McStay was the subdued figure in a scene that gave everything a sense of realism. He worked in theater and movies throughout his entire career. The former cast member of EastEnders passed away in May 2025 at the age of 90. You might recognize his face if you live in the United Kingdom or enjoy British television. For others, it's the kind of job that passes by, the reliable assistant to the main performer. People like that, who prioritize the story and hold the stage so others can shine, are essential to television. Harris Yulin was a serious, powerful, and always honest artist whose work spanned decades. At the age of 86, he passed away in June 2025. You saw him in movies and television programs where he immediately contributed significance. Fireworks aren't always necessary for a part. Sometimes the impact comes from a composed expression and a restrained voice. Yulin remained loyal to that lane. See how the room changes as you rewatch a scene he's in. You can feel that craft more than you can see it. Millions of Indians looked up to Zubeen Garg, particularly in Assam, where his voice inspired pride and emotion in generations. At the age of 52, he passed away in September 2025. Many people outside of South Asia were unaware of the news, but for fans who grew up with him, his songs were a part of daily life. Music is both local and worldwide. This is demonstrated by Zubeen's work, which is grounded in reality but has the power to emotionally impact anyone who hears it. Devin Harges, an actor who always seemed to be really present, as if the moment mattered more than the camera, was still forging his career. You might recognize his face from Manhunt and other shows. At the age of 36, he passed away in September 2025. When someone is that young, the pain isn't just about what they did, but also about what they didn't have time to try. Remember the artists who were in the middle of the ascent. They also deserve it. Names like George Lowe, Renee Victor, Jerry Adler, and Harris Yulin appear in the credits like small presents. Sometimes you don't intend to see them. Then a scenario is changed by a smile and a line, and you realize, oh, that's why this episode works. If any portion of today's list seems small, it's merely because the quiet effort is sometimes overlooked by award ceremonies and headlines. However, these individuals took on tasks one scene at a time. We should pay attention to that. Zubeen Garg and Angie Stone also serve as a reminder that music keeps us company. Cooking, studying, cleaning, driving, and crying are all made easier by it. It makes long days comfortable and homes safe. Not only do we miss hits when musicians pass away, but we also lose the constant background voice that subtly reassures us that you're not alone. Don't be hard on yourself if you weren't there when they passed away. Instead, play a song tonight and use it as an opportunity to express gratitude. Nobody noticed doesn't always refer to the media. It has to do with how quickly life passes. We're occupied. We anticipate hearing about it. We intend to forget and look things up later. Videos like this are important because of this. For a few minutes, they bring us all together to say, we saw you, we appreciate you, and we remember. Simple words, not loud ones. Real tributes, not pretentious ones. So that it sticks, let me give you a brief, concise list in one breath. Following a crash in March 2025, Angie Stone, a soul singer with a deep, loving sound, passed away. The face you recognized from 100 Situations, Jerry Adler, passed away in August at the age of 95. The voice who made strange late-night television enjoyable, George Lowe, passed away in May at the age of 66. The star of Coco and numerous other productions, Renee Victor, passed away in June at the age of 80. Michael McStay, a reliable theater and screen actor, passed away in May at the age of 90. The master of silent power, Harris Yulin, passed away in June at the age of 86. Zubeen Garg, a region's voice and a source of solace for millions, passed away in September at the age of 52. Devin Harges, a promising young actor, passed away in September at the age of 36. You're not alone if any of these names caught you off guard, and that's precisely why they're here. Breathe now. Imagine a scene, a line, a song, or a moment that you received from one of these individuals. Perhaps it was a joke after a challenging day. Perhaps you were singing along to a lullaby in the kitchen while you cleaned. Perhaps a character's gaze felt like a hand on your shoulder. These little human gifts might never become popular. However, they endure. Because they reside within you, they endure. We say, give them their flowers for a reason. Flowers don't make loss go away. However, they commemorate a life that had an impact on others. Say a name aloud if you learned it today. Tell one person who would be interested in the story you learned. If you have a favorite music or video on your phone, send it to a pal along with a message such, "This one still gets me." That's how memory advances. And thank you if you were able to make it. You didn't just view a video. You spent time with actual people and actual tasks. You demonstrated that it is not necessary for "nobody noticed" to remain true. Before you leave, let me know in the comments whose name you are unfamiliar with and what you want to revisit tonight. A scene, an episode, or a song. It's a lovely way to celebrate a life when your words lead someone else to a new favorite. A final tale for the road. Imagine a small room late at night with a lamp on and a low volume. You press play on a scene anchored by Harris Yulin, a cartoon narrated by George Lowe, or a song sung by Angie Stone. After that, the space feels altered. That is art's subdued strength. It remains instead of yelling. And the emotion persists even after the artist has left. We watch because of this. We listen because of this. We remember because of this. If this touched you, please stay until the very end, subscribe so you don't miss the next tribute, like the video, and leave a comment with one memory you'll revisit tonight. We can continue to communicate these real stories with clarity and compassion thanks to your support.